All right, gonna do a quick 4th of July weekend state of the garden. So we're just enjoying a beautiful garden season this year. I already had some nice harvests, and I'm gonna have a whole lot more. And I have got green peppers all over the place. Yeah, you see these things are shoulder high. We got peppers everywhere. Still got a little bit of work to do this weekend. I'm gonna try to, like this turmeric right here, I'm gonna get it out of that and getting it something bigger. Get some of these peppers here and get them a little bit more sun, but they're doing good. I got I think that's ginger. I think it'll be all right in those pots, but these got to be up potted, I guess, or whatever you call it. Maybe that one too. That ginger root's gonna expand. It's got a couple other things in there too, but you can see these pepper plants. This container garden is just thriving. When that all starts to turn, it's going to be massive. I actually had to build this little extension, expanding horizons, what I call it here. So we did a little expansion. But this Mr. Stripey plant, man, anyway, it quit putting out fruit. Well, it actually did the heat has made it hard for the flowers to actually, I don't know if I can get that up there. There it is. See that little tomato way up there. So it actually did make, with these warm nights and hot days, make it hard on those flowers to go ahead and put fruit out. But this is just one plant in a little pot. As you can see, it's doing great. I actually have got a couple off here already. Big old giant, 1.5 pound tomatoes. And but yeah, this container garden is thriving. A little bit of turmeric, ginger down there too. These plants are loaded. This plant here is you just got all kinds of these. This one's still putting out a lot of fruit even in the heat. I'm really liking this. First time I've grown this particular one, and it's putting out a lot of fruit even in the heat. You can see, even though we're getting up here, these blooms still seem to be producing. And then got some work to do over here. I gotta get this turmeric out of this. Actually, that's just the bucket where I stored my turmeric root over winter, and it just took off, so it really didn't have much soil in there, but it's growing well. But you can tell by the yellowing that it needs some more nutrients, so I need to get it out of there. Just propagated a bunch of new strawberries this year from shoots. This is just pepper plants I had left over, had nowhere to put them, so it's really too much shade in here. But as the year progresses and the sun moves further to the south, It will eventually get full sun this fall, and they should have a bunch of late peppers on there. And as it starts getting more sun, I think it'll really start producing, but it's all an experiment for me. Got a couple of these Kellogg tomato plants in here just to see what they'll do. Yeah, I see them transplanting a lot of the turmeric in here. I do got a couple. That's like the Hungarian pepper there. And like I said, as the sun moves on the rotation of things and we get more of the south exposure, this greenhouse will get more direct sun, and it'll probably pop and come alive, but I got a lot of work to do in here. This mullein, making mullein tea. I'm gonna get a bunch of seeds out of that. I just got a couple tomatoes over here. They're actually still just barely coming on. It's actually in a pot, but anyway, just some extra space. And this is the Hungarian peppers here. It's loaded with peppers. I mean, we got lots and lots of these Hungarian peppers. I'm interested to try those first year. Those for me as well. Some of this is kind of out of control, but it's part of it. I can't keep up with everything anymore. And then the back garden is a little bit out of control, but I just don't have the time to keep up on things like I used to. Got just a little stand of popcorn over here. This another stand of popcorn over here. And I just let a bunch of wildflowers and some peas grow in there just because. You can see they just attract lots of pollinators. Anyway, I like to feed them. But we got bunch tomatoes over here, 3 different kinds. This is the well, there's what do we got over here? Got the Brandywine right here. That's what it is. So these are Brandywine, and they just knocked over their cages, whatever. Just got heavy and fell over. I'm probably not going to do a whole lot. Just let them finish out. Those back there in the corner. Caspen pink, loaded with tomatoes. Only 2 plants back there. And all that. And there's 3 of these black. I forget black, whatever. Something. And I got the tag. But they are loaded, getting heavy. And then we got some Kellogg's back there. This is just garden gone wild. I will let the chickens in here after we harvest and let them have a feast. They'll clean up really good towards the end of the year. Anyway, that's just a quick state of the garden. Chicken's enjoying some spaghetti noodles. Mr. Max trying to stay cool. This poor boy does not like the heat or the humidity. I kind of agree with him. But it's dry. We hadn't had rain in a long time. Something happened to water. And if you'll notice, I use a chlorine filter on my water hose. I'm not interested in using chlorinated water on my garden. I don't mind on the grass or whatever, but not on the garden. So, state of the garden, 4th of July weekend, 2024.